Welcome back to E-Magazine. If you're just joining us, today we're looking at compatibility when it comes to your partner and really understanding what that term actually means. And in studios with me is the one and only Nyokabi Kamau, who's a relationship coach, and she's been helping us break down that term and really understand how we can apply it in our relationships. Now, we've talked about the different stages, trying to understand how compatibility really works in a relationship. And I feel like one thing also want to highlight and dwell on is we've talked about red flags. I feel like you've given me a few, but I just want to talk more about those red flags. So as an individual in a relationship, you can really pick out and understand, okay, this is a red flag, this is not a relationship I should move on to the next stage with.
Yes. So first of all, in order for you to know the red flags, you need to know what you want as a person. A relationship should always be about you and not the other person.
Very true.
Because most of the times you want to focus more on the other person, and those are dynamics you can't change, you can't control. So you can only control what you want. So in order to know what are your red flags, you need to know what do you want. What do I want in a relationship? What kind of a person do I want to work with? Who do I want to be in a romantic relationship with? So once you have answered those questions, you can be able now to work from there. You can be able to identify the red flags for you. I'll give you an example with myself. I grew up in a very abusive environment. Toxic, crazy, out of this world. You know, you are beaten senselessly for no reason, for even probably for tomorrow, whatever you do tomorrow, you're beaten today.
Wow,
so for me, in a very abusive, verbal abusive environment. So for me, I knew I did not want a person, first of all, who raises their voice at me, because I couldn't handle it. I did not want a person who criticizes me, because I couldn't handle it, because I had grown up in an environment where I was constantly under criticism, constantly being called names, constantly. So there are things that for me, I didn't want.
At all.
So
you weren't even going to compromise
I wasn't
for that
even
one.
going to negotiate, even if I loved you from here to the moon. If you did one of those,
you're out.
We are out. So for me, when I got into relationships and I would date and somebody would say something and they would say, make a comment about me, I would be like, okay. So sasa wewe, you just move on to the next.
Next, not me.
Yes, let me meander, see whether I'll find something similar to what I want. So in order for you to achieve that, you need to know yourself
first.
Be okay with yourself. Understand yourself. Then from there you can be able to pick out. But for compatibility, if you want to be beaten, you'll get somebody who is going to beat you. Yeah,
it's very true.
If you want to be beaten, if you want to be abused, you'll get somebody who abuses you. It's all about how you bring out yourself and how you carry yourself. People will always treat you how you allow them to treat you. People will always talk to you the way you let them talk to you. So the way I portray myself in a relationship will determine how you deal with me. I can be married to a person who isn't abusive when he's married to me, and when he's married to you, he beats you senselessly. Because of the way you carry yourself and how you handle things. But for me, if I let them know, you slap me, that is why the law is there for people like you. He will never. But if you're there, he slaps you, then he bembeleza you, then tomorrow he slaps you again, it becomes, you understand? Yeah, so that ability of knowing what you want, what you can take, what you can handle, also allows you to create and to dictate how your environment is going to be. And I'm not talking about selfishness. I'm not talking about being self-centered. I'm talking about understanding yourself and then looking for a partner that can work with who you are. Yes. So those two red flags, unless you know yourself, you'll not be able to identify them. There are women who are okay with being beaten. For me, I'm not okay.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
So those, they vary.
Cut you in a little bit, I'm very sorry. We'll just take a short commercial break, guys, but do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Nyokabi is not going anywhere. She's still going to give us this advice. We'll see you right after this.